A very superior good evening to all my future chartered accountants. I hope you are all doing well. Yes, people. Okay. Welcome to the people second last class, people. Okay. Yes. Today is the second last class, people, for the chapter number 3. In my tomorrow's lecture, people, we are going to end up our session. Okay. So please make sure that just a minute, please start it. Yes, started. The very interesting and very important question, people, which we had did in the last class was about application control. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. The first and foremost thing, people, about the application control was what? Sir, application control includes number one, called as a boundary controls. Boundary controls refers to what? Sir, all those controls by which, sir, we would be able to identify, okay, or by which, sir, overall control to the applications could be provided. Yes, yeah, no, Jordan? Yes, sir. It could be into the form of biometrics. It could be into the form of people paying password. Yes, yeah, no. Yes, sir. It could be even smart cards. 100%, sir. Do you remember this thing, chartered? 100%, sir. Okay. So that is called as what, my dear chartered? Sir, purely database. Sorry, boundary control. After that, we had referred the input control also. Yes, sir. What was the input control, my dear chartered? Sir, the controls which are designed with a clear-cut intention of providing a very clear-cut input from the user to the system, sir. It's called as input control. Input controls are classified into, sir, 4 parts: source document controlled, data coding controls, then obviously people batch processing, we had referred it. Yes, sir. Like this type of concept we had referred over there. Agree? Yes, sir. Then people, we had referred the process control also. Yes, sir. We had referred the process control also. Then, my dear chartered accountant, do we had referred something called as output controlled? Yes, sir. The accurate output must be delivered to the correct person at the correct time. Do you agree with me? Yes, sir. And last but not the least, my dear chartered, now we are going to do database controlled, as well as people, we are going to refer the concept called as communication control. So I expect, my dear chartered, to please give your 100% attention. Agree? Yes, sir. Listen to me, my dear chartered. When we had generated the output, people, we required this output to be stored for the future reference. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Just a 1 minute, please, started. Yes, my dear chartered. So the next concept that what we are going to do, it's called as a database control. Now, what do you mean by database, first of all? So when, my dear chartered, our system has actually generated the output, we require to store this output for a given period of time. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Many times people, we require to even update, okay, this output also, because obviously the user is there, user might has changed it, some details or some aspects, then user may demand for what? Sir, user may demand for updating the database. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. So output, when it is hold into the system, my dear chartered, it is called as purely database. It is called as what, my dear student? Sir, database. Now, database is classified into 2 parts. One is called as, my dear chartered, update controlled. Yes, sir. And second, my dear student, we call it as the report controlled. Understood? Yes, sir. Now, what is the difference between, my dear chartered, update controlled and report controlled? Let me tell you. Suppose, my dear chartered, I am collecting the data from you. Okay. Yes, sir. Sir, what data you are collecting from us? Please let us know. Yes, chartered. I am collecting your name. Okay, sir. I'm collecting the people standard in which you are studying right now. Okay. I'm asking for your mobile number. Okay, sir. I'm asking for your email ID. Yes, sir. And also I'm asking people for your residential address details. Understood? Yes, sir. All these details is asked by whom? Sir, all these details is asked by you. Agree, my dear chartered? Yes. At the same time, my dear chartered, I need to create the one database system also. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. In which there is a name column. Yes, sir. In the standard in which you are studying, your mobile number, your email ID column, and sir, address column also. Agree? Yes, sir. Now, my dear chartered, whenever the student is entering some data over here, okay, might be, let's take the example of whose example we'll take today. Let's take the example of a interesting person. Okay, yes, sir. Uh, we are having Ritik over here. Okay, so he has entered his details. Yes, sir. It's purely Ritik. It's entered over here. Okay. Further, people standard. Obviously, he has mentioned CA Inter. Okay. Mobile number he had mentioned 9898 dash 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 dash. Okay. Yes, sir. Email ID he has mentioned rj@gmail.com. Okay. Yes, sir. And address will take it as Chennai. Okay. Ritik, please enjoy in the Chennai city. Okay. Yes. Now, when Ritik is going to submit this detail, people, don't you think so that the name details should enter into the name column only? Yes, sir. His educational details should be stored in the educational form only. Mobile number should be stored people into the mobile number. Email ID should be people purely in email ID, and address should be into the address column only. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Suppose people, if this database is not got accurately up to date, then, sir, then it could create the disaster, sir. At the end, sir, when we need a database or where we actually need a data for the our database requirements, sir, for the storage requirement, we won't be able to process the request of the customers. Yes, yeah, no, chartered, sir. Definitely, yes. So, my dear chartered, one thing it's very clear right now in front of us, sir. What is that? That we want people that our database control should operate very perfectly. It should check the sequence of the data. Yes, sir. We should mention that, or we should make sure that all data gets updated simultaneously. Yes, sir. And most importantly, people, our database should be stored in a safe and secured form. Sir, can you please give us the one practical example to understand this concept in a very easy form? Yes, my dear chartered. Let me form a very simple example for you, and you will understand what exactly we want to do. Okay? Yes, but for that I need your patience because I'm starting Tally Prime. A kind request to every chartered that please keep your cameras on all time during the lecture, people. Do not allow the time table department to face any kind of hurdles because of you here. You are going to become a chartered accountant, and making this kind of mistakes would not be acceptable, people, from any end. Yes, chartered. Agree? Yes, sir. Will see people our EIS. Yes, sir. It's a company over here. Agree, people. Suppose people, whenever we are changing any master data or anything, that has to be made correct. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. First one, suppose today we are making a payment to one of the employee, to whom will make our employee people. Um, Anyone wants to become a people employee, wants to get the salary? Yes, sir. Okay. We'll take the example of Vishal. Vishal, how are you, bro? With the haircuts, you are looking handsome. Now, okay, we are going for the vouchers. Yes, sir. Payment voucher is only there. Yes, sir. Payment voucher is only there. Is it people screen? It's visible to everyone, people? Yes, sir. Screen is completely visible to everyone. Yes, yeah, no, chartered. Yes, sir. Now, the very important thing, people, which we are going to do is that here we are going to select the account. So, account people from whom I want to make a salary to payment to Vishal, obviously from Bank of Baroda. Agree? Yes, sir. Now, obviously, people, here we had created salary account. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. But suppose let's take the example. I want to create one more account, people. Okay. Yes, sir. And that is regarding what, sir? Create on anything. Yes. Or we'll keep it salary account. Let it be. Now, salary expenses, people, suppose I made it. Okay. And I paid to Vishal salary 25,000 rupees. Okay. Yes. Now, 25,000 rupees salary paid to Vishal by check only. Yes. Okay. 20,000 rupees instrument by check. Instrument number 121212. Okay. 5,000 by check. Yes. 121213. Okay. Yes, sir. Two checks we had created, and we mentioned also that being salary paid. Do you agree with me, Chartered? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Acceptance, acceptance. But after recording this transaction in an application, people, I just come to know that OMG, I made a mistake. Sir, what mistake you made? I was Chartered. I made a very small mistake. You know what? Actually, the salary payment which I need to make it to Mr. Vishal is 30,000 rupees. But instead of 30,000, my dear Chartered, I made a payment to, this guy about how much, sir, find it out, how much you had paid. Just a minute, Chartered, please. Wait for 1 second. Yes, Chartered. So, presuming that I made a salary payment of 25,000 rupees, but actually I want to pay how much? Sir, you need to pay 30,000 rupees. But obviously, wrong database has been entered into the system. See the people, effect is also there in the balance sheet. I'll bring that effect for you people. In profit and loss account, indirect expenses, salary expenses in the month of April, 3 vouchers are there, and we had paid to Vishal 25,000 salary. But actually, it is how much? Sir, it is a 30,000. Okay. So what now? What I need to do? Sir, very simple thing. Go to this voucher payment and you will find it out. The voucher payment is there in front of you. If you want to update any details, I said yes, this payment was done on the 30th April 2020. Okay. Yes, sir. Let it be. Bank of Baroda, salary account. I paid 30,000. Correct, people? See this. I made the requisite changes over here only. Yes, sir. You made the requisite changes. Okay. Now 25,000 automatically got 30,000. Yes. It is asking me the check number is the same. I said yes, check number is same. I made 30,000 payment through the check number 121314. Okay. Instrument date is 1st April. I said no. Instrument date is 2nd day of April 2020. Understood? They said okay. Accepted. Accepted. Now you can see people automatically the direct effect is here with the 30,000 salary. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Automatically people all database got updated. Yes, sir. Total, see this. This is indirect expenses related. You can see on the top of the corner, indirect expenses. Yes, that is also got up to date. Yes, sir. Then in that salary account also got up to date. Yes, sir. Then salary period from the 1st April to 30th April got up to date. Yes, sir. Month wise also got up to date. Even if you want to make a changes, you can make the changes here also. Yes, sir. So this here it is automatically indicated that your amount is wrong. Agree? Yes, sir. So you have to be very careful that salary amount which you made right now, people, okay, that would be only acceptable. Agree? Wrong data entry, it's not at all permitted. If you are coming out, people, from salary account, yes, sir. Indirect expenses, total indirect expenses in profit and loss account, yes, sir. If you go to balance sheet, you will find it out the every effect and every entries over here. Yes, yeah, no, Chartered? Yes, sir, 100%. Moral of the story, sir, all database must get up to date. And in case if there is any changes, then such changes has to be accepted and has to be amended immediately. Yes, yeah, no, Chartered? Yes, sir. Should we proceed, my dear Chartered? Yes, sir. Let us proceed, my dear Chartered, with the concept further. In today's class, people, a lot of technical knowledge is involved. So I expect all my dear Chartered to please give their 100% attention while learning these concepts. Okay? Yes, sir. Serious people. The first one is the update control. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Sequence check when the transaction file updated the master file. Understood? Yes, sir. Whenever we are entering any transaction, sir, we need to see that whether these transactions are properly and appropriately recorded in the system or not. Number two, sir, please ensure that all records in the transaction files are processed. Whether it is a date, whether it is account number, whether it is a voucher number, whether it is a check number, all the records should be properly up to date. Example, people, when I paid salary to Mr. Vishal, Chartered Accountant Vishal, 30,000 rupees, system has again asked me one thing. Sir, would you like to update the instrument number? That is a check number. Yes, yeah, no. This kind of control must be exist, people, because previous check is already issued. Yes, sir. If we had suppose people, we had issued the check of 30,000. Understood. But the entry was made of 25,000. Then also update required only Sir, software, but not in the instrument. Agree? So they had asked us whether you want to change the instrument or in the same instrument you had paid higher amount. Check it out. Agree? Yes, sir. See this. While processing, the transaction file record mapped means check, okay, connected to the respective master file. And at the end of the transaction file, with respect to the end of the master file. So what we need to do, according to master file, we'll enter the transaction, and from the transaction people, we will check once again our master file is correct or not. Example, sir, please. When, my dear chartered, I paid salary expenses. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Which account got reflected? Sir, indirect expenses got reflected. So recording salary is what? Sir, transaction. But which immediately people got up to date? Sir, master record got up to date of indirect expenses. Understood? Yes, sir. So clear cut indication is what? Sir, according to transaction, master gets affected. According to master, transaction gets affected. Ensure that both the records are up to date in a perfect manner. Understood? Yes, sir. Third one, people. Process multiple transactions, okay, for a single record in the correct order. Example, suppose, my dear chartered, when I gave this example to you people, okay, yes, suppose people, everyone's email ID is getting recorded in the mobile number. I won't be able to send the text message to anyone. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. And why I am unable to do that? Sir, you are unable to do that because data does not got up to date in a perfect or accurate form. Do you agree with me, chartered? Yes, sir. So that is third point. Last but not the least, suspense account, my dear chartered. Now, this is something important. Please concentrate. Suspense accounts are formed under two conditions. Under how many conditions? Sir, two conditions. Number one, sir, humans can create this account. Yes, sir. And second one, my dear student, system can create this account. Understood? Yes, sir. Sir, humans can create suspense account. Yes, started. Let me give you a very superior and familiar example to understand this concept. Suppose, my dear chartered, you are given right now with the utmost 40,000 transactions. How many transactions, my dear chartered? Please tell me. Sir, 40,000 transactions. Okay. Yes, sir. And 40,000 transactions, people, you require to enter into Tally. Agree? Yes, sir. Now, suppose people, for the few transaction, okay, for few purchase transaction, purchase order is not there. For some payment transaction, it is not mentioned whether the payment has been done through cash or payment has been done through bank. That is not mentioned in the voucher. Only records are there, but you know, something is missing in the record. So what you will do? Is it possible for you people that you are going to put a mark on the separate piece of paper, the transactions which are missing with the complete details? No, sir. At that time, one by one, sir, all records will be entered into the system. For everything where complete details are missing, we'll record it, sir, in a suspense account. It may be suspense purchase, suspense sales, suspense income, suspense expenses, some suspense related memorandum expenses are there. So I will just record it through what? Sir, in a suspense account. Later on, sir, one by one, we'll try to resolve this all the suspense related issues. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Second most important thing, people, system generated suspense account. Now see this chartered. Concentrate please here. Many times it happens with you, my dear chartered, that suppose you input some data. Yes, sir. Once the input is done, the system will do what? Sir, system will process this data. Do you agree with me, chartered? Say yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. And actually, people, one of the major problem is that the output is required to be generated. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. But my dear chartered, output not generated at all. It means the data is taken into input. Yes, people. Data is processed also. Yes, sir. And during the time of process, sir, that data got lost. Yes, chartered. So, sir, this transaction will go to system generated suspense account. Understood? Yes, sir. System generated suspense account will be there, people, in which transaction will be notified. Sir, not understood, sir. Can you please give us one example? Yes, my dear chartered. How many of you people had faced this issue that many times you made a payment to the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, or maybe paid any bill payment, or maybe had done some recharge, or maybe had withdrawn the cash from the ATM, transaction does not got successful at all. In between only the transaction was lagged somewhere. Yes, yes, sir. Many times this thing happens. Even, sir, many times when everything is correct, but internet speed was not good, sir. At that time, also transaction gets failed, and the transaction is missing because money got deducted from my account, and another person is not giving at the time, sir, any sort of confirmation whether they had received the money or not. Do you agree with me, chartered? Yes, sir. So at that time, this transaction, my dear chartered, gets recorded immediately in the system generated suspense account. Later on, in the next 3 days, people, system will automatically identify the in and out. They will resolve this and they will show the reflection in your bank account or in your expense account. Understood, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. Now, yesterday, people, for 15 minutes, I think so, 10 minutes, I think so, maximum. Facebook and WhatsApp was not working. It becomes a news, people. Understood? Yes, sir. Sir, what are you saying, sir? Yes, concentrate. So we don't want people that input and output process should get affected even for a minute also. Agree, sir. See this. When mapping between the master record to transaction record result in the mismatch due to failure, yes, sir, then this transaction will be maintained in a suspense account. Yes, yeah, no, chartered? Yes, sir. This transaction will be stored in a suspense account. This is very important line, people. A non-zero balance of suspense account reflects the errors to be corrected. It means what? Sir, if the suspense account is showing the balance 0, it means what? Sir, it means everything is correct. All input must be matching with the output, sir. Suppose you had entered the 5,000 transaction and in the output box 5,000 transaction is getting properly reflected. So none of the data is missing. Yes, sir. None of the data is missing. Then what you will say? Sir, we will say that the system is working fantastically as designed. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. But suppose, my dear chartered, when you entered into the system, 5,000 transaction as input. Okay. But the output people has been disclosed only 4,997 records. That means what, sir? That means 3 transaction is showing the balance of what? Suspense account. Then, sir, there is some errors in these 3 transactions. We really need to understand these 3 important errors and we need to rectify the same. Understood, my dear chartered? Say yes or no, people. Yes, sir. 100%. Now, once people, your record is up to date, okay, it comes to people report controlled. Now, what do you mean by report, people? Sir, informing about activity to the higher level of authority, it's called as reports. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Now, first report, people, it's very simple, called as run to run controls. Called as what, my dear chartered? Sir, print run to run total or run to run controls total. Understood? What is this basically, people? A very simple thing, people. If your father had given you 20,000 rupees, okay, for pocket money, sir, if this much money is given by father as a pocket money, sir, we will definitely leave chartered accountancy also. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir, for sure. But suppose, people, father had given a 20,000 rupees to you as what? PM, pocket money. Understood? Yes. But father put it the one single condition for this. Father said, okay, wherever you want to make expenses, now you are allowed. I'm not going to ask you that why you had done this, why you had done that. I'm not going to ask a single question to you. But only at the month end, you need to submit the one statement to me reflecting all your expenses. Whatever expenses you had done now, I'm not bothered about it. Okay. Whether you had paid your gymkhana fees or whether you had paid for your, hotel bills or restaurant bills for having the food, or you might be has purchased some luxurious watch or anything for you. Okay. I don't care. The only thing is that at the month end, I want records to be there. Now, my dear chartered, suppose at the month end when you start writing the records, do you think so your all expenses should reflect 20,000 rupees totality? Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. It means what? Sir, all the debit funds must be equals to credit funds. Do you agree with me? Yes, sir. And that is, my dear chartered, we called it as print run to run totals. Run to run totals means whatever number of data we had taken as input will verify whether that much output is actually being received or not. And if not, then obviously we are going to take some corrective actions for it. Understood? Yes, sir. Say this, people. Run-to-run total, sir, helps in identifying the errors or irregularities like record dropped. What is record dropped? Sir, some input has been taken, process has been done, but output is not generated. In between to sir, input and output only, sir. Record got dropped. Then that is called as what, people? Sir, record dropped erroneously or with the mistakes, people, okay? Erroneously from the transaction file, wrong sequence of updating. You are updating the wrong data. Yes, sir. You have been asked, my dear chartered, to record all the transactions starting from the bill number 15th onwards. But as you are a very newcomer, you had done what? Sir, I had recorded from the first. So now first to 15th is having what? Sir, transactions are recorded double the time. Understood? Yes, sir. And last but not the least, my dear chartered, is that application software processing error. What is application software processing error? Sir, application is behaving in a weird manner because of some, coding error or something, where the application has been asked to do, sir, addition, it is doing subtraction. So then also, sir, will never ever get the proper output. Do you agree with me, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. Now this is, people, print run-to-run control totals. Please refer this very perfectly. People, application software processing errors, I would like to give you one more example. As you know, people, that I am a FEP, fraud examiner professional from GFSU, Gujarat Forensic Science University. So for me, people, doing the software errors, okay, would be quite easy for me. Okay. Yes, nowadays softwares are also coming in a very high-tech technology. But yes, suppose if I really wants to create the trouble, okay, and that to be trouble for whom? Will create the trouble for whom we will create the trouble here? Vinay is there, okay. So I created the trouble to Mr. Vinay, okay. I asked Vinay to give me his software access. Suppose he gave me the software access, and I said that every bill, okay, every bill number ending with 3, ending with number 3, not record in system. Done. So when he will record 1 to 10 transaction, third number will not be recorded. When he record 11 to 20, 13th will not be recorded. When he will enter 21 to 30 people, 33 will not be recorded. Under 40, understood? So from 31 to 40, 33 will not be recorded. So like this 3, 13, 23, 33, like this 43, 53 will be not recorded. But people, that is called as what? Sir, application software processing errors. Understood? Yes, sir. All these reasons, sir, could be possible, which makes sure that the input is not matching with the output. Second, people, whatever your results may be, okay, see this, people. Now in the software there is some error. Yes, sir. Your input is not matching with what? Sir, input is not matching with the output. It means what? Sir, it means there is some balance in suspense account. Yes, yeah, no, chartered? Yes, sir. Now the second most important thing, people, what you need to do, you have to take the printout, the suspense account details, so that one by one you can identify the errors. And if that error is in the software, then you can take the corrective action for the software. Or if it is human related errors, then you can provide the human with the training so that the same mistakes could not be happened again and again. Understood? Yes, sir. This is started. Similarly, to update control, the suspense account entries are to be periodically monitored. Understood? Yes, sir. With the respective of error file and the actions that to be taken on time. Where exactly what went wrong has to be identified, and slowly and gradually we'll try to recover that mistake, or we can come out from that mistake. Third one, people, the very important one, it's now. Sir, what is the very important thing? See this charter. As I had said earlier also, I am repeating one more time the same thing, people. In today's corporate world, people, data plays the most important and vital role. You cannot afford one thing, that is a loss of data. Agree? Yes, sir. So what we need, sir, we need proper backup as well as the recovery strategies. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Let's take the very simple example, people, from our classroom only. Okay. We'll take the example of whose example? First of all, the people are not keeping their cameras on also, and that is a major issue. It is very difficult to identify them. Yes, Niyati madam is there. Niyati madam, how are you? You are not audible at all, Niyati madam. What happened to you? No, no, no. Exactly click to the next to the mute button. At the top, you are having the panel. In the mute button, can you find it out the some small arrow mark over there? Next to it, click on it and select the proper microphone. Once again, unmute yourself. Yes, Niyati madam. No, you are not yet audible. Sorry. Okay. Let's take the example on Niyati madam. Okay. Niyati madam, early morning, you just got a very superior thing happened with you. Okay. Today morning, when you wake up, you were like, yo, my God, so nice day. Okay. Yes. And you come to know that in your phone, all the photographs, okay, starting from your childhood memory till today, whatever the photographs are there, all got deleted. How was your reaction? Don't say that, sir, I will keep a fast for the 2 days. Okay. Yes. Definitely not. Yes, sir. Definitely not. Then, Niyati madam, what will be done? Sir, if the total, sir, this much photographs are deleted, sir, it would, don't you think so that it would be a disaster? Yes, my dear child, I can strongly believe that it is a disaster. But now what we can do in this, sir, nothing could be done. But people, you know what? Niyati madam, okay, obviously she is going to become a chartered accountant. So she is not a dumb at all. She has applied her brain in a very, very, very fantastic manner. She had kept all the photograph people back up with the Google photos. Now, early morning, what she has to do? Sir, she has to just resynchronize the phone with the Google Photos and all the photographs will be, sir, redelivered to her in her phone. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. So, first of all, people, maintaining the Google Cloud record is what? Sir, backup. And in case of disaster, what she had done? Sir, she had done with the recovery. Understood, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. Apart from the photograph, my dear chartered, try to understand one more thing. Very soon you are going to become a chartered. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Obviously, people, there could be a possibility that you are handling the client data and not in the small numbers, but large in numbers. Yes, sir. There could be a possibility, sir. Like example, 400, 500 clients are there, people. Then everyone's data matters to you a lot. Yes, yeah, no, chartered. Yes, sir. Everyone's data matters a lot. And in that connection, people, first and foremost, your primary responsibility is what? Sir, my first and foremost primary responsibility is to keep the backup of each and everyone's client's data. Understood? Yes, sir. Say this. Backup and the recovery people strategies together encompasses the controls which is required to restore. Okay. Yes, sir. Restore what? Sir, restore failure in the database. Backup strategies are implemented using the prior version and logs of transactions or the changes in the database. So we'll see that if there is any change in the database exist or not. And accordingly, sir, every time we are keeping the backup of all these things. So that is, sir, helping one or another way to keep our database system all time in a perfect way. Understood, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. Any doubt, any queries, any confusion? I request my dear chartered to please read these 3 points. Print run to run totals, print suspense account, and also people, existence and recovery controlled. Please refer it very fast, very quick. Please, my dear chartered. People, tomorrow's class is going to be a very important class. Sir, why? Because tomorrow, people, in my class, okay, I know people, it's Sunday and it's a fun day for you, but don't enjoy this fun. Otherwise, you will miss two things. First of all, the important questions which we are going to do in tomorrow's class. That one. Second, people, as I'm getting the suppose additional time in tomorrow's class, then from May 18 onwards, May 18, November 18, May 19, November 19, and November 20. Altogether, 5 question papers, people, along with the use of JKSC textbook. Okay, we are going to refer in our classroom. Understood? Yes, sir. So exactly, people, where which question is there in our JKSC textbook? How to secure good marks in EIS subject? How to prepare for this subject? Maximum things, people, I'm going to share with you by tomorrow. Understood? Yes, sir. One more thing, people, which I will also discuss with you, people, is strategy, people. Okay. Yes, how to write it on the paper. Okay, what could be the strategy? How you should start study. And the one great news, people, I just would like to share with you. Hardly 3 or 4 day before yesterday, people, I got a text message, basically, Insta message, basically. Okay, and the girl was there. She said that, "Okay, sir, I just would like to share one small thing with you." I said, "Yes, please share." And she's like, "Sir, from RTI, I'd asked my question paper to be delivered to me. Okay, she has actually ordered all the question papers. So institute has delivered to her all the question papers. She had secured people 35 marks, 35 marks in IT paper out of 35. So the first and foremost thing, people, which is very clear to you, that IT paper is for 35 marks, 15 marks MCQs are there. So MCQs paper never comes to us, but 35 marks theory paper is there with us. She had secured full 35 marks, people, in IT subject. And actually, her 2 or 3 objectives went wrong, I think so. And in totality, that was also has done fantastic thing. So I'm going to share her answer sheet also with you, people, that what she has done, where she has made the things very perfect, where exactly you are making the mistakes and thereby you are losing the marks. So a lot of things, people, which I'm going to discuss with you, my dear charters, in my tomorrow's session. So that session is going to be a very, very, very important for you. Okay, all my dear charters. Yes, sir. So should we continue now? Please refer these 3 points very fast, very quick. I'm giving you 1 minute time, but please refer it. Do not ignore this theory, people. Please refer it very fast. If it is done, my dear charter, then please let me know. Should we proceed, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. Okay. Moving ahead to the next one, people. Many times it is compulsory that we need to share our database with the another party also. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Whenever, my dear chartered, we are sharing our data with the another parties or another person, at that time we need a proper communication controls. What we actually needs, my dear chartered, sir, we needs very high level of communication controls. Now, maximum time, people, only the mistake happens over here, that we do not give the people proper importance to our communication channels. And in between, people, hackers, intruders, or the person having the gaining of unauthorized access in between to this database could create a big damage, people, or put a dent mark to our own organization. Do you agree with me, my dear charters? Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Serious, people. This discusses the exposures in the communication subsystem, controls over the physical component. Many times we do not keep the controls of physical components also. Example, I just would like to share with you, people, and you will be highly surprised. In Gurgaon, basically near to Delhi, Noida, there's a Gurgaon, it's there. Okay, a very quite good city, people. Okay, over there, there was a situation where one hotel was there, and hotel wants to put all the glasses in the all the rooms and kind of. So they had given the reputed company of an order. Reputed means well known in that area, basically local area. They had given the order to them. The person came and person gave the quotations and everything. Everything works out fantastically. Now the worker, okay, the worker who was there, people, he has done one thing. Sir, what he has done? He had put in the people hidden cameras inside the buttons of that glasses. So where these glasses are showing that the buttons are placed, people, inside in it, people, he has put in the hidden cameras, okay, and crime was committed. So it is very important, people, my dear chartered, you have to make sure that, as I had given the example of this pen also, do you remember this pen example? Yes, sir. Okay. I was not allowed to carry my this pen also, people, inside the my office. Why? Sir, there could be a chances that, sir, physical component could be utilized. You can use this, sir, pen drive for your personal purposes, and you can take away the data from this system. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. So obviously, people not allowed to carry this pen. Understood? Yes, sir. Agree. Obviously, sir. Second, communication line errors. I'm going to explain you this. Flaws and links. Yes, sir. Further, people, topological control. What do you mean by topology, people? Sir, structure basically. Understood? Yes, sir. Example, people, today where we are staying, it may be a people bungalow. Yes, sir. It may be a people apartment in a building. Yes, sir. It could be a villa, row house, or any other people way in which you are staying. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. But at the same time, my dear chartered, let me ask you one thing. Same way, data is also having their own structures. Agree? Sir, can you please show us a few structures? Yes, people. Suppose this is a mainframe computer. Yes, sir. And sharing the data with these people, 5 computers. Understood? Yes. Individually, they are connected to this. Then this is called as people star topology. Understood? Yes, sir. If people, there is a pure people round in which all the PCs are connected in a one single wire format, then this will be called as people ring topology. Understood? Yes, sir. And today, people, the method which we are using right now, by which you, me, all these people are connected with each other, people, it's called as a mesh topology. Understood? Sir, what is this mesh topology? Let me draw, people. You will understand. All pieces are connected with one and another. Understood? Yes, sir. So a mesh is created, people, and from that the web word has actually come. Understood? Yes, sir. That is the web means internet, and this web is the word having very clear-cut relation with the spider also. Yes, sir. All it's connected with one and another in such a manner that if one got affected, others can still share the data without any hesitation. So this is called as, people, your mesh topology. Understood? One more, people, we are having where the mainframe computer is connected with the people here, the reflector, and all PCs are in between to this. Then this will be called it as, people, bus topology. Understood? Yes, sir. Bus topology. Any doubt, any queries, any confusion? No, sir. 100% agree. Now, the further, people, is the channel access control. Yes, sir. Channel access control. I'm going to explain you. Don't worry about it. Control over the subversive attacks. What is subversive attack? Sir, we remember when the genuine person is using the computer, when he enters, a non-genuine person or the intruders may follow the genuine person where the door is yet to close. Remember? Yes, sir. Okay. Internet working controls. Yes, sir. Communication architecture controls. Audit trails. What is audit trails, people? Sir, recording the transaction from the beginning to end. When start to end, everything gets recorded, sir, into the system. That is called as what? Sir, audit trail. And existence control, which we are using in our business. Do you agree with me? Yes, sir. Started. Please concentrate very perfectly about the next one. First one, some communication controls. People, you need to remember at least 4. How many you need to remember, my dear Chadad? Sir, at least 4. Okay, Chadads. Do not take too much, people, risk regarding this. It's very simple. You can easily remember this much. See the first one. Physical component control. Now, what do you mean by physical component control? Sir, all your devices, sir, should be having physical proper control. It should be operated by only few people, and the operation should not be given in the hands of each and everyone. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Because people tell me if I will allow you people to use my computer, then there could be a possibility that someone could people takes away the data from my laptop. Yes, yeah, no. Definitely yes. So control should be incorporated with people features that mitigates. Mitigate means what? Sir, minimize or reduce possible effect of the exposures, that is risk. So overall risk could be minimized. Understood, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. Second, the most important thing people which comes is called as a line error control. Just a minute, please. Yes, people. So second one which we are having, it's called as what, people? Sir, line error control. Now what is a line error control? Let me tell you, people. Suppose Jigar Joshi wants to send some email, okay, or a message to Vishal. Okay. Yes, sir. So Jigar Joshi is sir sender and Vishal is receiver. Now suppose, my dear child, Jigar sir is taking utmost of good responsibility to send this data. From Jigar sir, this data is moving also, but it is not getting people delivered to Vishal. It means what? Sir, it means very simple. Please check out this line, sir. Somewhere there could be an error. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Now this error could be people corrected from two end. Agree? I can start people searching from my end, moving towards the, Vishal as a receiver, so that I will check it out the all points where exactly the data is getting corrupt and not getting reached to the Vishal. Or else we can start people from the reverse engineering also. We'll ask the Vishal to check the system that yes, till where exactly the data is not coming. First point, second point, third point, and from accordingly people will verify. Understood? Yes, sir. Many times people, when we are actually calling also someone, we get a lot of disturbance of other noises. Yes, sir. And that is people nothing but the line error control. Understood? Yes, sir. Say this: whenever the data is transmitted over the communication line, okay, recall that it can be received in error because of the attenuation distortion. What is attenuation distortion? Improper system setup. Improper system setup. Noise that occurs in the lines, these errors must be first detected and then must be corrected, so that our communication people goes seamlessly without any much of the errors and problems. Understood, chartered? Yes, sir. Now, first one, it's what? Sir, line error control. Line error control means what? Sir, data we are sending, but it is not received by the receiver. Second could be a major possibility, sir. That is called as a flow controls. Flow means what? Sir, when the sender is sending the data to the receiver, na, sir, there could be a possibility that some receiver may receive the data, in a late form, or maybe in the not exact form, or maybe some noisy communication will be there in between, or maybe, sir, data is not coming in 100% to the receiver. Example, that many times it happens in this, you know, especially Zoom lectures. Okay, you had faced this trouble. Even the professor is facing a lot of trouble, people. Okay, and obviously, people, the way the number of cases are increasing, obviously, you had prepared your mindset that yes, sir, at least this inter CA, we have to sit online only if the people is not taking the proper care. Okay, and that is for sure, people. The way number is increasing, people, you can also find it out that yes, there could be a possibility, people, of re-lockdown into few states. Understood? Yes, sir. Now, my question to you people, it's very simple. Whenever there is an internet connection glitches there, people, obviously the professor is taking the utmost good care. He is like, is I'm audible? Is I'm audible? Can you see the screen? Blah, 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 many things. Many of you people are saying, yes, sir, we are able to receive. But many of you people say, sorry, sir, your voice is not coming completely clear to us. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. And what is the major issue? Sir, flow controls. Now, people, first of all, we all are having one of the major problem that we are geographically people having the some distance, different distance location. Point number one. Second, my speed of internet and your speed of internet also matters a lot. Yes, sir. Example, if I want to say, people, I'm just taking a lecture, okay, in at taking the lecture in the branches, and few students says that, "Okay, sir, you're completely audible." Many students says that, "Sorry, sir, you are not audible." So that is what, sir, flow controls are not working perfectly. Your people's speed of internet, my speed of internet. Many students, when they are asking the question, people also now, yes, I'm not getting them queries also properly. The voice disturbance is tremendously high. Secondly, sir, processing capability. Every computer's RAM also matters a lot. So that all component people, if we put together now people, we need to keep our controls in a very perfect way that data could be received immediately and not late. Understood? Yes, sir. See this. Flow controls are needed because two nodes. Nodes means what? Sir, computers. Two nodes in a network can be differ people in terms of rate at which they can send, receive or process the data. For example, a mainframe computer, that is server, can transmit the data to microcomputers, that is client's computer. Understood? Yes, sir. And there could be a people chances that data is not getting immediately available to the client. In the first case, people, when it is a line error controlled, data is getting completely disturbed. None of the data got delivered only. But in the second case, flow controls, data is getting delivered, but it is taking too much time, or there is some technical glitch over there which we need to resolve. Understood, my dear students? Yes. Next one, people, link control. See this, a link control now, it's a very simple thing, people. Suppose people, if I am sharing the some data with you, okay, then that link controlled means that link should properly flow people from the sender to the receiver. See this. In WAN, that is a wide area network, especially in the internet, line error controlled and flow controls are important functions in the component that manages the link between the two nodes in the network. It means what? Sir, if there is a line error controlled, then communication will be completely stopped. Number two, sir, if there is a flow control, then obviously, sir, if flow control is not working perfectly, sir, then there could be a possibility you are sending the data, but receiver is receiving completely data in a very late form, which is not at all expectable or not at all acceptable. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Example, I just would like to give you in a very simple way. Many people says that, okay, in NASA people, okay, yes, sir. In NASA, there is a speed, it's 92 Gbps. Okay. People, it's 100 Gbps also sometimes. Now just imagine if that could not be a space, people, sorry, that could not be a speed, that could not be a bandwidth now, then that could be a disaster, people, once again. Why? Because today Chandrayaan is there, or other people, the satellites are there, which is consistently and continuously sending the data to the NASA center. Then if the speed of internet is not good, then obviously today's message they are going to receive tomorrow. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Until that time, people, a big disaster could be possible. Do you agree with me? Yes, sir. Agree? 100%. Concentrate. Component that manages the link between the two nodes. And finally, people, channel access control. Now, what do you mean by channel? How many of you people prefer to listen this one? Studded FM. How many of you listen FM? Sir, we preferred sometime. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. In which people you are having the different channels over there? Yes, sir. 92.7, 93.5, then 94, then 104, then 108. Yes, yeah, no? Sir, many channels are there. So channels refers to people frequency. Channel refers to what? Frequency. In our IT environment, people, channel refers to IP address. Understood? Yes, sir. Any doubt, any queries, any confusion? No, sir. Okay. Listen, please, uncharted. Two different nodes means two different computers in the network can compete to use the communication channel. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. And whenever the possibility of contention is there, what is contention? Sir, contention refers to fight for the common resources. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Do you remember the example, people, where the Priya madam has invited me for a cup of coffee at her place, and obviously her internet was working and mobile hotspot connectivity was also working. My phone got completely disturbed, thinking that which network should I select? Yes, sir. So for the channel exist, people, sometime of channel access control techniques must be used, so that the same channel will not be used, or the same IP address, people, will not be used by two PC at the same time. All the PCs must have, people, different IP address for a given period of time. Understood, charters? Yes, sir. Now I request once again, my dear charter, to please refer this all the controls in a very quick form, so that we can continue our journey for the next important topic. Then, charters. Dun. Arey, respond, charters. Yes, no, something should say. Yes, sir. Question number 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Sir, all done, sir. 50 and 51 is also done, people. I'd ask you to refer till question number 51. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Audit of physical access control setting marking. You had given us a marking also and explained also. Now, my dear charters, the next important control which we are going to refer, it's called as an purely logical access control. You are going to do the audit of what? Sir, I am going to do the audit of completely logical access control. Now, what do you mean by logical access control? Sir, logical access control refers to two most important control. That first one, who is allowed. Second, till what extent the person is allowed. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Who is the answer of? Sir, authentication. What is the answer of? Sir, authorization. Authentication can be done through, sir, PIN, password, biometrics, or other methods. And authorization involves, sir, two things. One is SOD, segregation of duties. Yes, sir. And second one, sir, RBAC, role-based access control. Yes, yeah, no, chartered? Yes, sir. Do you remember this much? Yes, sir. Now, my dear chartered, suppose if the logical access control is not there, then what will happen? Sir, then even we don't know what will happen. Let me tell you, people, in a very simple way, okay? Yes. Can you see, people, right now, the phone in front of you? Yes, sir. Is it visible? Okay. See this, people. If you try to open it, okay, it will ask for the face ID. Yes, sir. You can see the face ID. Agree? 100%. If it is not working, then, sir, it is asking for the PIN password. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes, sir. You try to put the people wrong password, then it will say that, sorry, enter the repassword once again. Can you see? Yes. And also, people, you can see there is a light, it's blinking, people, over here. Okay. That is called a sensor. Sensor is always visible in front of only and only people cameras. Understood? OMG, sir. Yes. Whether this sensor is working right now or not, I don't know. But yes. Okay. Sir, it was working fantastically. Agree, my dear charters? Yes. Even, people, sometimes, suppose if you are using the remote controls and you finding out the very difficulty whether the powers in the remote control it's over or not. So do one thing, use your remote control in front of the camera. Start your mobile camera, and in front of the camera, you just check it out the buttons. You will find it out the lights is blinking. It means your powers are perfect. There is some error into the system. And if that's not working, that means you can understand that yes, power issues exist. Understood? Yes, sir. Very new, fantastic knowledge. Yes, you can also show to your parents that see this, my invention. Okay. Yes, sir. And note down, might be coming to UPSC exams also. Concentrate. Okay. Yes. So the first one, people, user access controls are often only the barrier. It is only the one restriction, people, that allows an unauthorized person. Okay. Yes. to get the access to valuable information. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Suppose, my dear chartered, if I'm not keeping this kind of security system in my mobile phone, then definitely any unauthorized person would definitely try to put his or her nose into my system. Yes or no? Yes, sir. But because of this password, because of this PIN, because of this face detection, people, unauthorized person, it's not allowed, my dear chartered, to enter any data into my computer system, or not to even take away some data from it. Yes or no? Yes, sir. And thereby, people, as a chartered, as an IS auditor, as an what auditor, people? Sir, IS auditor, I need to verify whether all logical access controls are working perfectly or not. Understood, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. So, here, people, we are going to refer the two most important things. How many important things, people? Two. Number one, people, which we had started called as user access controlled. First one, which we had started, it's called as what, people? User access control, in which four things we are going to refer. See, one by one, people. I'll keep on giving the few examples also to you, which are very important. Okay. Yes, sir. Auditing user access controlled. Now, what do you mean by user access controlled? Sir, whenever the computer systems are there, obviously user will come and user will access the data. Yes or no, chartered? Yes, sir. But do you think so that first of all, I need to see that whether my computer is doing authentication procedure correctly or not? Yes, sir, you need to check. Let me give you people a one familiarized picture. Okay. That if you are using iPhone, okay, if you are using the phone from Nokia, if you are using the phone from the Samsung people, then you will find out the proper iris scanners. Okay. Iris plus face scanner, both are working in a perfect combined form. Then only your phone will be operated. Example, you wear the mask and you try to open the phone. If you are using Samsung, if you are using Nokia, and if you are using people Apple, then definitely screen will not respond to you because screen does not know you. But at the same time, my dear chartered, if you are referring the phone which is coming from the MI section or the Xiaomi, in that connection, you can see that it is covering only your iris scanners. Understood? Yes, sir. So even if you have people a proper face marks on your face, still people you can get the access sometime, because in all the phones they had not kept both the features on, like keeping the face detection also and keeping the iris scanners also working combined in both the section. Are you cleared with this? Yes, sir. So first and foremost thing, people, as an IS auditor, what is your responsibility? Sir, as an IS auditor, my first responsibility is that I'll check whether that authentication system is working fantastically or not. If I'm putting the user ID and password, then the same account access will be given to me or not. Example, my example, favorite one. I had done the login. Mukesh Ambani has also done the login. By default, me in Mukesh Ambani's account, Mukesh Ambani in my account. Yes or no? Sir, it's full enjoyment. Agree. Both will die because of heart attack by looking towards figure. Yes or no? Array figures means bank balance number. Hey, please be positive. Yes, sir. Further, my dear chartered. Okay. Yes, it was one line. Those who can understood, they can understood. Those who can't understood, they can obviously watch Pogo. Understood, sir. Second, people, access violations. Yes, sir. There should be a sir proper log. There should be a proper record, sir, for all the access violations. What is violations? Sir, someone trying to putting his or her nose into the system. Yes, yeah, no. Yes, sir. I can always give my dear chartered a pure open offer to all of you. If you really wants to use my phone now, please use it. 3 times if you enter wrong password now, people, automatically my front camera will start. It will take your picture and it will store into the system. And later on informs me that who was trying to poke his or her nose into my system without my permission. That means what? Sir, access violation. Yes, people. Auditor has to see that there is a number of access violations system should be there. Okay. Yes, sir. Which should immediately indicate that how many times the user has tried to put wrong user ID and password into the system to gain the unauthorized access, or might be because he has forgot the user ID or password. Understood, my dear student? Yes, sir. Number 3, people, we had referred in CBS, that is core banking system. Okay. Centralized online. Array. Remember na CORE, centralized online real-time environment. Yes, sir. In that connection, you know that if anybody is trying people to gain the access, entering the user ID and password. So in question number, sir, 11, internet related procedure, sir, you clearly mentioned that if somebody is trying to gain the entry in unauthorized form by entering wrong user ID and password, then after 3 unsuccessful attempts, user will be logged out for a security reason. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Because if more number of attempts are given, then people will try the blessings of Venkateshwara of different user ID and password. Yes or no? Yes, sir. They will pray to Venkateshwara and they will start, sir, putting the different user IDs and password to gain the access. Third one, people, that is user logged out. See this. System and the network can automatically log the user's account. Yes, sir. Example they had given, log the user's account after 5 unsuccessful attempts. Understood? Yes, sir. Even if you had seen the way in your mobile phones also, if you forgot your password, okay, then there is only one option. That is called as what? Sir, either remember the password, recollect the password, regain the account access, or else, sir, completely forget. Agree? Yes, sir. Next one, people, dormant account. What is dormant account? Sir, dormant account refers to all those accounts which are completely unused, which is right now not traceable, which we had not used from the extended time period. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Sir, can you please give us the one example? Yes, my dear chartered. Suppose if you are using the Facebook application or you are using the Instagram application and lasts from 45 days, people, if you had not done the login, okay, 45, 50 days, constantly you had not done the login, people, then immediately when you start your login now, it will ask for the reset of password. It will ask your email ID to send a link to confirm whether you are genuinely using this account or not. And that is called as, people, dormant account. Dormant account refers to, people, inactive account. So obviously, as an, are you listen, as an IS auditor, it is your responsibility to see that whether system is creating proper dormant account or not. Understood? Yes, sir. And last but not the least, people, sir, sharing, it's all about caring. No, people, sharing, it's very risky. Understood? Yes, sir. Now, let me tell you, people, about the shared accounts. Okay? Yes, sir. Suppose, people, you are sharing your bank account with someone, then obviously, people, the person who is the main person, the primary account holder, okay, could put a restriction, people, on the secondary account holder. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. And that is what, sir, that is in the clear cut form you had explained in a some different way. Example I had given to you, people. You can read the file and you can write the file. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Two types of password were set into the Word file. Yes, sir. Read only as well as, sir, making the changes. Do you agree with me, my dear chartered? Say yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. And that is called as what? Sir, shared account. Let me give you one familiar picture, people. You will be highly surprised to know this. I'm sharing a people bank account with my mom. Okay. Yes, sir. And my mom has by default, people, had put the restriction on me to use the bank balance up to 10,000 rupees per day. You know, people, because I'm a fond of, people, expensive pens, first of all, then wallets, and especially watches. Okay. That three is a basic requirement of us, and especially for me. So, whenever outstation visit comes, spending a lot of money for that, and then mama gives a special small meeting when you sit with your mama, and mama gives you a best level of services to you, scolding you like anything, people, still allows you to feel that you are just a 10th pass child, okay, who does not know how to make the proper expenses and all. Okay. Yes. See these people. That is obviously I would like to say you need to understand. Yes. I always says that whatever you want to enjoy now, enjoy. Whatever you want to buy, buy. Whatever luxurious you want to enjoy, enjoy. But make sure that money should be your hard-earned money. Understood? Yes, sir. When you start, people, making expenses from your hard-earned money now, two things will happen. First of all, number of wish list, number of items in the wish list will automatically reduced. Point number one. And number two, all the items will be cared to the highest extent. Understood? Yes, sir. But here, as the responsibility of IS auditor is what? Sir, IS auditor has to see that whether shared account is having proper level of access or not. If account is shared between more than one person, sir, obviously then only it will be known as shared account. But other people's access should be immediately restricted, sir. Person should not be given with the over access so that he could damage the account. Understood, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. Second one was the user's responsibility. Remember? Yes, sir. In that, password management was there. Yes, sir. Same it's over here. IS auditor has to see that, people, how organization is managing and maintaining the password system. Whether we are issuing the old password only or we are issuing the new password. Example, people, in many website, there is a possibility, still possibility of old existing system is there, that if you ask for the reset of the password, okay, instead of reset of password, they are saying password recovery. Okay. And stored password from the database will be communicated to you people through mobile messaging system or maybe through email system. Understood? Yes, sir. But nowadays, people, nobody gives you recovery of password concept. Instead of that, they are giving people reset of password. IS auditor has to see that whether company is having proper reset of password or not, whether we are storing all the passwords in a perfect, accurate manner or not. IS auditor has to also see that whether people are updating their password on the regular intervals or not. IS auditor has to also see that people that the length of the password and the password system should be set in a very perfect way that it could not be passed by word. Understood? Yes, sir. Are you getting my point of view? 100%. Example, people, the password of my hotspot system. Okay, means like forgot, bro. Okay, yes, or just forget. That's it. JUSTFORGET. Understood? It's password. So if anyone asks what is your hotspot password, just forgot, yeah. Okay. Yes. Concentrate the next one. Okay. Yes, sir. Next time we will also keep like this. Okay. Yes. 100%. It was a people childhood time which we had enjoyed a lot, where we always used to keep the even Bluetooth name as like take bagger take. Understood? Yes, sir. So even the Bluetooth name is kept in a such a manner that the other person feels embarrassed completely. Last but not the least, people, on this page, it's the user auditing the user access provisioning. Now, what do you mean by provisioning, people? Provisioning refers to, my dear chartered, please mention over there, level of access. What kind of access I would like to give it to my dear chartered accountants will be called it as what? Sir, will be called it as user access provisioning. Am I very clear to all my dear chartered? Say yes or no. Yes, sir. First one, people, I need to make sure that one thing, that all access requests are processed appropriately. Example I would like to give you, people. Okay. The person under whom people I got the training, his name is Dr. CACS, Deepak Kumar Das. He is a people doctor. He is a chartered accountant. He is a company secretary. He is a CMA, cost management accountant. He was the joint secretary of CACS CMA, LLB, LLM in criminology, PhD in law. So he got the doctorate also. Okay. Yes, sir. Under this kind of peoples, when you are getting your training done, na people, you always feel that yes, you are completely bagger in front of them when it comes to number of degrees. Understood? The number of letters, people, which he used to write his name, okay, are extremely less as compared to the number of letters which he used to display his education qualification. 100%, sir. So when we had set up the system, people, I was, from the childhood time, I was loving this technology a lot. But today I will give you one more reason, people. Okay, why I always try to crack the joke on the girls. Okay, and many times the complaints get filed against me for this. Sir, can you please share the one incident? Yes, people, let me share the one incident. This is only for the joke, people. Please do not take it on yourself. Enjoy this joke. Okay. Yes. JJ Baba always says one line. Sir, what JJ Baba says? JJ Baba says option. Okay. When it is a multiple option, people, option C might be right. Understood? But option which is provided by she will never be right. Understood? Yes. So option C might be right, but the option provided by she will never be right. Sir, it's my personal experience. I would like to share with all my chartered accountants and accountancies. Okay. Yes, sir. Can you please? Yes. The thing is that, people, in 12th standard, I had secured 99 marks in accountancy out of 100. Okay. Yes, sir. And 1 marks I just lost because I had asked one MCQ, which was computer related MCQs. Okay. At that time, I was not so good in my computer system. So I just asked that MCQ to one of the student who was sitting next to me. Okay. To her knowledge, people, I gave it her a complete knowledge about the single entry and that final account of partnership firm. At most 34 marks paper I had shown to her. And I asked for only 1 mark MCQs. Okay. She said that the answer is B. So I said, okay. And she was well confident about this computer chapter. So I thought that, okay, yes, might be she is correct. Okay. And the way I had taken the revenge, people, to this girl, that's a different issue, that I become the finally IT professor only. Okay. Yes, sir. Further, people, like, she asked me to write it on the B answer. I said, okay, it's correct. You are asking me to write it on the B. I just wrote the B. After finishing the question paper, when we came out from our examination hall, she was like, hey, why you wrote B? I told you to write C, na? And I was damn sure, people, I was damn sure that yes, 99.9999% I was sure that yes, option C would be the correct option. If I lose this 1 marks na people of my accountancy paper because of any other reason like scrabbling, like forgot to write it down debit credit on both the side of papers and this and that, then definitely people it was not a pinching concept for me. But the person who got the utmost 35 marks benefit from me people had done this kind of things and because of which I loses okay my medal in my college regarding the accountancy subject, and that was a really hurting. From that which I had decided that yes, option C people might be correct, but my dear chartered, option from C would never ever be correct. Okay sir? Yes sir. A small story from Jigar Joshi's life. Now, when we had set up this system, people in our organization, okay, I'm talking about now this example, okay, please concentrate. If anyone wants to give their valuable comment to this, they can give the, comment on this section also. And I would be most happy people to listen what you are saying or what you would like to share on this panel, okay? Yes. If any girl is writing that, sir, all girls are not same, then my reply would be them to a very simple that all boys are also not same. Please change your mindset also, which I want to counterfight right now only, okay? Yes, sir. So the writing that option is also cancelled. Yes. So when I was setting people this entire system now, we make sure one thing. Sir, what was that one thing? That in our system people, we were having the 17 computers, okay? One is the mainframe computer that was handled by Dr. CACS Deepak Kumar Das, and the 16 PCs, okay, were handled by the other people, other team professionals, okay? Yes, sir. And in the 16 PC people, we had set up the system that if anyone people is attaching any additional device into the PC, then it will be automatically gets people reflected on the mainframe PC. It means no one can copy or no one can takes away any data people from any PC. This is called as user access provisioning. That users was completely restricted people to the amount of access which we had given to him or her. He or she could not people get the additional access. Understood? Yes, sir. Second, whenever they want to share or whenever they want to people show us the some data, then first access permission will be granted by us. Once we give the access permission people granted to them, then only they are allowed, my dear charters, to do what, sir? Then they are allowed to do the transactions. Understood? Yes, sir. So IS auditor needs to determine how the requests are approved by the and what authority is approving those requests. Agree, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. Third one, people. In your organization, suppose new employees are joining, then would you like to give people access to this new employees? Yes, or no? Obviously, yes, sir. But according to what, sir? According to the role they possessed in our organization. Do you agree with me, my dear chartered? Say yes or no? 100% yes, sir. So IS auditor should examine the new employees provisioning people. Okay. Yes, sir. And they should see that how this new users, my dear chartered, will be created and initially set up. Understood? Yes, sir. Chartered, just 1 minute. I'm having some technical chunks. Give me a 1 minute, please. Yes, started. So moving ahead to the concept, people. Yes, sir. Now, it is very important, my dear chartered, that we need to decide the proper people, new employees provisioning also. Next one, it comes to people a very important concept called as SOD. Now, what do you mean by the SOD, people? Sir, segregation of duties. In an organization, we have to make sure that people, all the employees are given with the proper segregation of duties. Do not trust to one person completely, people. Do not give 200% or 300% access to a single person, my dear chartered. Otherwise, might be you will end up with the tremendous amount of losses, people, which you even can't bear. Yes, sir. So the IS auditor should determine if the organization makes any effort to identify the segregation of duties or not. Yes, sir. And it should also identify the segregation of duties procedure in existence and if they are actively used. Whether SOD is properly done or not has to be checked. Do you agree with me? Yes, sir. Chartered, whenever we are updating any software, okay, please answer me. Whenever people we are updating any software, there could be a possibility that someone is getting the over access. Yes, sir. Whenever the system updates are done, sir, there could be a possibility someone is getting the over access to any data. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Sir, at that time, access reviews has to be done, sir. Regularly, we must review that whether their access is limited to their job profile or not. If anything extra access is given, then sir, there could be a great possibility that there could be a mismatch of data or there could be a sir, even data leakage. Understood? Yes, sir. Let's take the very simple example of a Vansh. Okay. Chartered accountant Vansh is there who is doing the people auditing in my organization. Agree? Yes, sir. Now, suppose by mistakenly people he had given the print, okay, to balance sheet on the production manager's desk. And by default, people, production manager has done the very simple thing. He has took the photograph of that data. Yes, sir. Once he got the photograph of that data, people, he come to know that company has earned bumper profit. So company is going to disclose what? Sir, company is going to disclose and declare people, sorry, the more proper word. Okay. When the books of accounts will be disclosed, company is going to declare a very, very, very high amount of what? Sir, a very, very, very high amount of dividend. And in that connection, people, production manager has done what? He had informed all his family members to purchase the shares of JJ Limited to the extent possible. Possible? Sir, very much possible. And that is nothing but, my dear chartered, someone got over access, people, which he or she should not be allowed. Otherwise, there could be a dangerous to the organization. Understood? Yes, sir. Please refer, people, user access provisioning very fast, very quick, because after this, I want to explain you employee related threats. Started done? Okay. So these people, the next one is auditing employees, people, termination. If the employee has left the company, people, then it is our obviously sole responsibility that first of all, we should see that what kind of termination procedure we are using. Sir, why we need to see the procedure? People, suppose if I had allotted my dear charters with the card access, then we need to take their identity card back. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. We cannot keep the identity cards with them. Otherwise, they could misuse this ID card, sir, for doing the fraudulent activities. Second, people, if I had given them the computer related access, user ID and password should be immediately defunctionalized. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Otherwise, sir, by moving outside, sir, they would again try, sir, to use this login ID and password, and they might people do what, sir? Might conduct the scam and sharing the data with the others. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. You know the example of people Paytm I had already given to you. Yes, sir. Paytm secretary was having a people some tough fight with the owners. Okay. Yes, means CEO and secretary got having some misunderstanding, and because of which the fight occurs. In that connection, people, Paytm secretary, okay, has tried to leak the Paytm's all secrets with the competitors. No doubt, before the time, people, she was caught by the police department and everything was correctified. Sorry, but there could be a possibility. Understood? Yes, sir. So first one, people, we need to see the whether termination process is accurate or not. Number two, access review. If any kind of access is given, then it must be terminated, people. Account must be terminated. We should not give continuous access. Otherwise, even people, those who are leaving the organization with not good terms and conditions, they might damage or deteriorate to the system to a great level. Yes, yeah, no, chartered. Yes, sir. Last but not the least, people, contractor access. Now, what do you mean by contractor access? Sir, if in system we are appointing the few employees on the contract basis, then we should make sure that, sir, as and when their contract is done, sir, their access should be immediately terminated. Otherwise, by leaving the organization, sir, if they could have a continuous access, they could create again a damage to the organization's reputation. Do you agree with me? Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Sir, why this is? Because always remember, people, Henry Fayol, the great management manager, said one line very clearly, that when you keep the employees people on a temporary basis, na people, is an insult of worker. They may not work with the application and dedication, and in that connection, people, they would try their level best, people, to put a dent on your company's image, goodwill. Understood? Yes, sir. So only one thing which is needed, that once they have done their job, people, we should immediately terminate their access. Agree? Yes, sir. Any doubt, any queries, any confusion till here? Not at all. Next one, people, all the users access must be logged. All the records must be maintained. How many users are using computer system, at what time they had started, what time they had ended? Yes, sir. They're all logs, people, should be stored in a very secured form that no one can delete that records. Understood? Yes, sir. No one can alter, delete, destroyed. Agree? Yes, sir. And I would request you, my dear chartered, constantly and continuously always review these logs, that who was accessing what, whether that was required as per the job profile or not. Agree? Yes, sir. Example I want to give you a very simple way. One more example, people, you know. Yes, sir. In my office, people, we had me and Deepak sir, we both take off, people, for some reason. We went to for some meetings and kind of, and we had only three people were there in the office. Okay. So we had assigned them some work. Okay. Next day, people, I was the person who was the junior at that time. Okay. And they were my juniors for me. Okay. So I am a senior for them. So I have to take the review from them whether they had worked or not. I asked them, and they were like, sir, we did not got the file only, sir. So we had not processed, blah, blah, blah. People, it took me a minute, people, to identify whether they got the file or not. Sir, how? Very simple, people. Press Windows R, okay, and write it down the word over there called as recent, RECENT, and enter. All the files, people, which you had operated now in last 30 days, 35 days, 45 days, whatever records you want now, you will get it there, done. Can you see? Yes, sir. We had immediately correctified also, sir. We do not trust your words, so we had done immediately practical also. Vishal is very ready with this kind of attitude, sir. Let me check, sir. Otherwise, now you will never tell the full codings. In the half coding only, you leave the lecture, and then we are completely disturbed, thinking that how to get that coding now. Yes, people. Apart from this, people, this says that okay, we got a word. We did not got the word file. Then what I did, very simple. I start the word, go to the people of open option over there, and right hand side you can see at the down all the files which was recently opened in the word, and the file was there. They understood one thing, that people do not teach your teachers how to teach. They know very well. And on that day, they understood that okay, obviously I always admit this thing, people. Okay. In every cases, my dear chartered, you are far better than me. But when it comes to IT, when it comes to technology, when it comes to people, computer, IT related resources, now, I would always say that please hold a cup of coffee for me. Understood? Yes, sir. Even Deepak sir was completely tense, like Jigar, how you had identified that they had done just time pass and they had not worked on the files. I said, sir, I do not require to see the CCTV cameras. I can easily check, sir, with the computers only, because logs are there, records are there. Review this record, sir, and every truth will come out. Understood, my dear charters? Yes, sir. Any doubt, any queries? No, sir. Finally, sir, log retention. Retention means what? Safekeeping. Understood? Yes, sir. Safekeeping of these logs. These logs are required to be people stored for at least a 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months database, so that who had used the computer, when they had used the computer, everything could be identified. Agree? Yes, sir. Example number one more I would like to give you. Should I? Ready to listen? Sir, anytime, sir. Please. Yes, sir. There was one organization, people, in which ransomware attack took place. Okay. Now, when the ransomware attack took place, obviously, you know very well, people, that damages the specific file format in your laptop or in your PC. Okay. I hope everyone knows about the ransomware attack first of all. Anyone who does not know anything about ransomware attack? Ransomware. Ille? Okay, let me tell you people about this thing. Okay. Yes, this is my favorite word, people, which I had learned from the Chennai only. Ille refers to don't know. Okay. Yes. And the Chennai people has taught me so many words. I'm really happy to them. Okay. The one girl who was consistently eating in my class, every time whenever I look for her now for explaining, my explanation is going on, she is eating only. And then I got the word called as a people, the one who is a all-time hungry. In Tamil, we call it as Teeni Pandaram, if I'm not wrong. Okay, it might maybe not correct with the pronunciation because I make a mistake. Obviously, correctify me later on once I'm done with that. Okay. Yes, Nanban refers to friend. I know very well. Okay. Like this, I'm learning people because I love the Tamil culture a lot. Except the people, I can't expect the girl at my home with the Tamil culture. That's it. Only the problem. Mama loves dokla and she will make the dosa, which is completely opposite culture. So I need to say, learning the culture, learning the language is good. Yes. But let me give you a familiarized picture over here, people. Okay. Yes, sir. So ransomware, it's what, people? Ransomware, it's nothing but, my dear chartered, I will connect to your internet connection anyway. I will find it out your IP address and I will put some coding in your PC by which people a specific file format. A specific file format means like, say for example, all the videos are there, Word file is there, PDF file is there, Excel file is there. Everything will be encrypted. Everything will be encrypted. If you clicked on any of the file, people, none of the data will be displayed to you. Okay. At that time, what you need to do, you need to click on the people Windows button, agree, yes, sir, and you need to find it out. You need to write it down, read, READ. Okay. If you click people Windows button and if you type read, then definitely you will find it out their note. Okay. Because generally, whenever the ransom attack is done, na people, they will put the note in your PC. Right now, you won't find it out in your PC. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yes. They will say that, okay, they will mention the email ID and they will mention the amount also. They were like, please deposit the $1,400 in this account or $14,000 in this account, and we will reveal the data to you. So what exactly now their plan is, that also you should know. Please start it. Don't keep half knowledge. Sir, if we pay 14,000, will they release all the data? And how can we trust them? So people, you can trust them in the one way. They always in README column now, in README file of Notepad file, they are going to mention their email ID. On email ID, people, you need to send a one file to them. Small 15 to 20 MB file. They will decrypt that file and they will send it to you. See this is your file. Agree? So based on the trust, people, now what do you need to do? Sir, obviously, if the data is very important, sir, we will spend $14,000 for it. Yes. Suppose, my dear chartered, if you give them the $14,000, they will release only 30 to 35% data. And they will again send a file to you and informing that, okay, now you just paid $30,000 more to us, and then only will release the balance data. So never get people trapped into all these things. Point number one. Okay, they never release 100% data, that is for sure. And I always say that people, whatever the expenses, suppose mistake is done, ransomware attack took place, okay, try to get it recovered from the cyber experts if you are knowing anyone. Yes, sir. And if not, my dear chartered, at least pay that much money to your employees to rework on the project instead of giving this kind of idiot peoples and raising the antisocial activities in the society. Understood? Yes, sir. Now, ransomware attack is very clear to you. What is ransomware attack? Ransom means asking the some randomly money to you people in order to release your data. Now, what happened, people? In one PC, ransomware attack took place. Okay. Yes, sir. When the ransomware attack took place, people, obviously the owner was not there at that time. Okay. Yes, sir. And every responsibility was there on my head. So I just tried to manage that ransomware attack to the great extent. Whatever possibilities was there, I had done that. All the records, backup system, and everything I had checked out. Okay. And people, we had lost the data of at most 7 to 800 GB. Okay. Whatever the records were there, that was completely people set to zero. I try even my level best people to recover the files, but obviously that ransomware attack was so strong that file could not given people with the normal conversion. Encryption could not got decrypt at all. It's okay. But people, it was very easy for me to identify people from where exactly the people find it out this thing. And exactly reason, if I'll tell you people, you will be highly shocked. Okay. That they could find it out the first thing, whether your Windows is genuine or not. Microsoft Windows operating system which you are using is licensed or not. If it is not licensed to people, then there could be a great possibility that they could easily enter in your PC. So they try to people find it out in the network whose operating system is not secured, whose operating system does not have the firewall system. And thereby people, they find it very easy to gain the entry into your computer and damage subsequently major data in it. Understood? Yes, sir. Now all these things demand your point number C, my dear chatter. Sir, what is it? People, point number C is called as the investigative procedures. Now, what is this investigative procedures? Sir, whenever some criminal activities takes place, some crime took place, sir, or some investigation is required to be conducted because some data got deleted or the system got malfunctional or something, sir, it's not working in the perfect manner, then the first we should have proper investigation wing people, investigation team, I mean to say. Understood? Yes, sir. This investigation team people will identify who is responsible, where this information is stored, and whom these results are required to be communicated. So they will conduct all the research. They will find it out all the people bottlenecks and errors in the system, and they will submit the report. Understood? But this is the normal one. If there is a computer crime, then sir, there should be a proper policy, procedure, and practices, sir, regarding the computer crimes investigation. And finally, my dear chartered, you know Sushant Singh case? Yes, sir. Sushant Singh murder mystery. Okay, we don't know whether it is a murder or whether it was a people. You know, we don't know anything information, so I don't want to make any comment on it. Otherwise, that could be a disaster for all of us. So it may be suicide or it may be murdered, anything, people. Okay, not into it. But yes, the very interesting thing, people, was happened over there. Okay, when it was the people, this murder was conducted, people, or though he had done might be suicide. Okay, after that, his PC, his entire PC, people, was purely cleaned. Completely. His laptop was completely clean laptop. None of the files exist. Okay. And finally, people, that laptop was took over, people, by the forensics. Forensics has done all the forensics in that laptop, people. They try to identify each and every areas. All the people, his Zoom meetings, okay. Then he's using all the applications, his all Instagram account and everything, including his WhatsApp chats and everything, plus his history of using internet. Everything was identified, people. And slowly and gradually, people, the entire connection was established. And you know, people, the way Bollywood got trapped into this drugs scam, every day we are getting the new personalities in front of us, those who are indulged themselves into doing what? Sir, all sort of criminal activities. Understood, my dear charters? Yes, sir. But that is people done through the computer forensics. So what is it? What do you mean by computer forensics, people? Sir, computer forensics is nothing but our IT team, sir, or IS auditor should determine whether we are having proper forensic team or not. If yes, what kind of tools and techniques they are using, what is their qualification, and what are the skill sets they are having with themselves. Am I very clear to all my dear chartered accountants? Say yes or no. 100% yes, my dear chartered. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. So now, people, we are going for the last one. That is a internet point of presence. But before going for the internet point of presence, people, it's time for a very small, people, hardly 3 to 4 minutes, a chill pill break. Get it fresh because I want to start a very important concept of internet points of presence. So meet me after exactly 4 minutes, people. 4 minutes, get chill pill break. Thank you. Yes, Started. The next important concept, people, which we are going to refer, people, it's called as internet point of presence. Now, what do you mean by, my dear chartered, internet point of presence? Sir, in logical access control, we need to identify, sir, how we are presently available over the internet also. The first one, sir, all the search engines should be identified. Google search engine, Bing, or other search engine, including Yahoo and all, sir. We should put the name of the organization. Yes, sir. We should put the name of the, sir, some, you know, top level officers and board of directors and all, so that we can understand, sir, what is written about themselves in the, sir, social media and in other websites. See this. Google, Yahoo, and other search engines should be consulted to see that what information about the organization is available. Search Searches should include the name of the company's officers and management as well as the key employees. Number two, people, social networking site. This is very important, my dear chartered. This is, as an auditor, you should always keep this in your mind, that you should always make sure that what kind of presence, people, you are having on the social media. Yes, sir. See this. Social networking sites such as like Facebook, LinkedIn, or the Twitter should be searched to see what employees, current employees, our former employees, those who had left the company, and others are saying about the organization. In case people, in case, my dear chartered, if we are having any people, fan pages, then that should be also searched well. Understood? Yes, sir. Let me give you one simple people example over here, and you will be highly surprised to know this example also. I'm damn sure about it. Yes, sir. Um, last year, people, when I had visited to one of the branch in Chennai, I would not like to take the name of that branch, people. Okay. Yes. I had visited in the south. Okay, especially. Yes. And after that, my visit was there. I first visited to Chennai. Then my second visit was to the next branch. Okay. When I visited in that branch, people, the amazing thing was happened. One of the guy who was using the people Instagram account, he had created the one fake account on Instagram. Okay. Yes, sir. And everyone was people required to do only one thing. Here, everyone has to put their name, okay, in a DM to him. When you put a DM to him, okay, and the name, that person was telling entire history about you. That what's your full name, then how much marks you had secured, what is your passion, to whom you are looking for, then your crush and rush and everything. Okay. Yes, sir. And everyone was tensed. Finally, two girls came to me, and the one boy also came to me, like, sir, somebody is creating this kind of nuisance, sir. I said, okay. Then I started my investigation, people. And I said to that classroom immediately only one thing, that in my today's evening lecture, people, I'm going to tell this truth to everyone. So in my English, in my late evening class, people, I was about to tell them the truth. So in between to that, only in afternoon time, that account was deleted by that guy. Okay. But when it was a late evening, people, I just having my hand on his shoulder and I said, bro, why you had created the account? And he was completely shocked, people. Okay. Because the very simple thing what I did, it's like from the account which he had created, I just identified that device. Okay. And from the whole class, I just asked the one student that who is using this kind of device. Okay. He was using, people, something like I think so Xiaomi phone he was using, or Vivo he was using, and the model number was there. So I asked him, okay, is anyone in this classroom using this? So three people were using it. One was the people office staff. So obviously office staff will not be there into the picture under any condition. That is for sure. Second was one girl, and that girl was not talking to anyone. Very, very shy girl. Okay. Yes. All time keeping her mouth completely shut. Even whether she understood, not understood, she will not reply for that also. Extreme different case. And then one guy was there, people, who was using this phone, and he was very talkative. So for me, people, it does not took people even more than a 1 minute to identify that who would be the culprit in this entire case. And that guy also is still in his my contact, people, on Insta, and he regularly texts me for this thing that, sir, we still recollect the day when you had actually caught me, and in afternoon that I get caught, I had deleted the account, sir. Otherwise, you will inform to the senior management, and management will remove me from the class. I said, very simple thing, that yes, you should be a smart, but at least you made a small mistake before you are smart. That IT lectures were still pending and you done this thing. Once IT lecture was done in your branch, and after that, if you had done, there could be a great possibility that you could enjoy the good popularity and everything. But you made a mistake. Next one, sir, online sales sites. Obviously, people, it is very important that we should check what eBay and other websites are selling a product. If they are selling people any product on our name, then obviously we should immediately take the actions against them. Understood? Yes, sir. Example, I just would like to give it to all the chartered accountants, all the beautiful faces, those who are sharing the screen with me, people. Okay. Because try to understand, we boys never use any cosmetics or anything. Yes, yeah, no, boys. Yes, sir. Even the talcum powder, the way we are using now, it's like taking the talcum powder and then dhar, and then we are putting. So nothing powder remains in our hand only. It is just like the feel that yes, talcum powder was there. Okay. But I had seen many people who's using the cosmetics like anything, and especially my sister. Okay. OMG. Understood. Yes. They could not people even go outside during the rainy season without umbrella. Otherwise, reality would might be differ than the actualities. Understood? Yes, sir. Concentrate. It was a one line. If you could understand, definitely it will bring a smile on your face. Now, people on few website people, Lakme product, Lakme, then L'Oreal Paris and other companies product people, including Nykaa, one of my favorite brand of my sister, and because of which now it becomes my favorite also. And people, when this website people were offering the great discount. Discount is like in the form of people 80% to 90%, okay, on cosmetics price. Now 80 to 90% is something people which is making a blunder completely, okay. But for the small products, but for the large products, they were giving 60% off. Now the few businessmen delegation people, they immediately approached to the company and they said that the company, at what price you are selling this product to everyone? Because in market we are also there, you are giving us the product at the cost of 88%, okay. So 12% we are having our profit margin, and exactly at the cost of 100% we are selling into the market 100 rupees. But here these people are giving 60% discount. They are selling the product of 100 rupees MRP at 40 rupees. So at what price you are giving to them? The company has shown all the bills to them and said that we are not selling to any person any product beyond to the capability of 12% margin. Then people, this businessman has done very fantastic thing. They were having their association, so they filed the people one FIR in the Delhi police station. Okay, yes. Now they had only done the one thing, recreation of the entire things. They ordered from these few websites people cosmetics which were offering the great discounts, and then from the delivery boy they went back to people into back integration to identify who is culprit. And in that connection, people, they come across to the situation where they find it out the person X over there, okay. And in the flat, okay, there were the 4 flats which was merged together to keep these cosmetics over there. 100% people, pure duplicate products were there. Understood? All the cosmetics were duplicate. And total amount of people cosmetics which were capped over there, if you look towards the MRP people, it was 12.5 crore rupees. Fake cosmetics. So I really request all my chartered accountants, all the beautiful pieces, okay, all my including my sisters and obviously people. As a caretaker, I just would like to say only one thing. Whenever you want to buy product, people, please don't rush behind the discount. Go to the reputed stores and buy products for yourself. Understood? Yes, sir. Thank you for additional information also, sir. Yes. And last one, people, justification of online presence. Why you are present online? Through email, through website, through e-commerce, internet access for employees, by which mean people you are presenting or you are giving your presence over the internet. That has to be justified. That has to be checked on a very perfect basis, people. That what are your capabilities, how you are going online, and what kind of benefits you are offering. Understood, my dear third? Say yes or no. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, question number 53, people, I had already asked you to study. Yes, sir. And I hope so, people, or the chartered accountant has gone through with this. Yes, sir. Question number 54, my dear chartered, we are going to see in our tomorrow's class. Obviously, so this question is going to remain the pending, people, for the today's session. Yes, sir. And now, my dear chartered, we are going to refer a very, very, very important concept, people, called as organizational structure and responsibilities. Sir, what is it? Organizational structure, my dear chartered, and responsibilities. Understood? Yes, sir. Now, in every organization, now people, this chart is completely different. Organizational chart. Okay, all the departments are different. All the people who's working in the organization is different. Many times the seniors gets promoted or may they get retired people. In all these cases, people, there is always a changes in the structure. Yes, yeah, no. Yes, sir. And thereby people in most of the organization, organizational chart is a living structure. That is lively structure, people. Okay. And which keeps on changing as and when some changes happen in the overall direction. First and foremost, people, this question is generally asked in the objective type of questions also, and for 3 marks also. Okay. Several conditions, people, which makes the changes to be done in the organizational structure. The first and foremost, my dear chartered, is the short-term and long-term objectives. You know, people, many times is that thing happens like the executives are given with the some another department. So when we are people shifting these employees to the another department, obviously to that department, the position gets empty. Yes, no? Yes, sir. Example, Mr. A was handling, say, for example, networking team. And now he is given with the people software development team. So networking team position of leader, it's what? Sir, it's vacant right now. So what we would try to do? Sir, we would like to, sir, appoint some another person or someone else will be given with the responsibility of that department also right now, currently. Agree? People, the simple example I want to give you. Sorry. Simple example, people. Many times it happens like your some minister is completely sick and he is not able to handle the one department perfectly. So what happens at that time? Sir, at that time, temporary, his department will be given to the some another minister who is already handling the one department. But that is with the one more people benefit that enhances the skills of that person in both the department. Understood? Yes, sir. See, this is the first one. Organizations sometimes move executives from one department to another department so that the department, okay, that were far from each other in terms of organizational structure will be near to each other. Yes, sir. The organizational changes are usually performed to help an organization to meet the, sir, obviously new objectives. Agree? Yes, sir. Second most important reason, people, which makes again a changes is the market condition. Say, for example, people, if your competitors are offering the software at the very lowest possible price, agree? Yes, sir. Your competitors are offering what? Sir, they are offering the softwares at the very lowest price, sir. And because of which, sir, it brings the loss to me. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Then what you would like to do? Sir, even I will perform the downsizing. I will remove the all those employees, which is actually not a profit-making employees for me, because of which my overall expenses are increasing. And I am making such small changes in my organizational structure. Second, people, suppose if your organization, if your competitors, okay, if your competitors are getting stronger day by day, then, sir, then I will again enter into the market. I will try to fight with the people, sir, all the market components, and I will appoint the new executives at that place. And obviously, I will try to people strengthen myself. Yes, yeah, no. Yes, sir, there could be a possibility. Example, I would like to give you people a very simple one. Okay, many of you people were not knowing about the Bajaj case study. Bajaj bikes, people. It was a time, people, when the Hero Honda has captured the market and Bajaj was having only one scooter system. Okay, scooter, if you remember, okay, if you are watching the serial called as Tarak Mehta Ulta Chashma, then in that video he was having the scooter with himself. Okay, Bajaj Chetak was very famous. Now, in that connection, people, Bajaj was having only scooter. Scooter was having 3, 4 problems. Number one, you require to turn it to 45-degree down. If you put it correct, then it will start. Point number one. Number two, you cannot people expect a good amount of average in it. Number three, maintenance costs were extremely high. So Bajaj was getting failed. Bajaj was trying their level best people to copy the Hero Honda and other companies' product into the market, but that was not working. Finally, Mr. Bajaj has decided, people, the one who was a US return people from after doing all the graduation studies and everything, MBA in production house and everything, he decided one thing that will not copy, but instead of that will design some new product. And at that time, people, the changes was happened. They had introduced Bajaj Pulsar, which has taken the market to the like anything because it was a sport bike, people, kind of sport bike at the price of people normal bike, and the people were loving that sport bike, and with 110cc, 150cc, and kind of 125cc was making the boom into the market. In between, people, they had also done experimental basis 4, 5 bikes, small bikes they had introduced in the market, but that will remain completely successful failure into the market. So they again realign their strategy, and they concentrate only on only one thing, people, of producing sports bike, sporty look bike. Understood? Yes, sir. See the second one, people. Sometimes you need to make the changes because of this also. See this. Changes in the market position, sir, can also cause an organization to realign. Realign means reset its internal structure in order to strengthen itself. See the example, my dear chartered. For example, if the competitor lowers the price, okay, based on the new sourcing strategies, my dear chartered, an organization may need to respond by changing the organizational structure to put experienced executive in charge of the specific activity. Should I give you one more example, people? Yes, sir. People in India, Patanjali, Baba Ramdev has captured the market like anything. Yes, no? Yes, sir. And I really say, people, the way he's getting the market, especially in the north and the south, it's like amazing. Had you ever thought, people, that the person who was completely, people, one monk who is not having the knowledge about the market, who does not know the marketing terms like production, sales, P ratio, turnover ratio, data turnover ratio, how could he was able to, people, set up such a large organization? Because he was having the one advantage, people, and that is a product differentiation, where all the products are moving, people, about the allopathic and all. This person has taken the entire medicine sector to the Ayurveda. Yes, sir. And during the Corona time, also, people, the COVID medicine he has developed, the way he has entered into the market, he has not allowed people taking a rest and just watching the show. Okay, no, he was not sitting in stadium, people. He was there in the ground. He has done very one fantastic thing, people. No doubt he was having the product. Yes, sir. And then, people, he had opened the one opportunity for the great jobs. Okay, where he had actually hired the people from ITC, Hindustan Unilevers, and other big FMCG companies, Colgate and others. From this company, people, he had hired the all executives on a very high scale salaries, where the people got converted into Patanjali. Earlier experience were there. Yes, sir. They got the good product also into the market. Yes, sir. So obviously, people, both the things were fantastic. Product is superb, and the previous year's experience of taking the market and everything into the perfect way. They were knowing this thing, the proper advantage they had enjoyed by this, and they had came or they come up with the people new strategies where they took Patanjali to cross the limit of 1500 crores business. Understood? Yes, sir. Regulations, people. Sometime it may be possible, my dear chartered, that government changes the rules and regulations, and because of which, people, I need to realign my organizational structure. Let's take the example, people. Suppose I am a software manufacturing company. I make the softwares, and now government has made the rules compulsory for all the software companies, that every software companies having more than, people, 50 lakhs capital has to compulsory keep one IS auditor, one information system auditor. So automatically the one place got created. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. Now, Miss Haripriya, Niyati ma'am, or even the chartered accountant, all other those who are sharing the screen with me, if you are having this such a good talent, people, of IT, along with your auditing skills, don't you think so that IS auditing, it's greatly a best opportunity for you? It is opening the one new people market for those people, those who are having the IT auditing knowledge. The moral of the story is what? Sir, organizational structure is also realigned, my dear charters, as and when there is a changes in the government rules, regulations, books also. Understood? Yes, sir. Still is chartered. New regulations may forces an organization to change its organizational structure. Example, an organization has to appoint the some director or the officers to comply with the some legal requirement. Understood? Yes, sir. Last but not the least, my dear chartered, over here is the available talent. People, it is very important that many times it happens like this. Some people leaves the organization, maybe because they are getting retired, or maybe, my dear chartered, because they find it out some better opportunity than the earlier one. Possibilities are there. Yes, sir. Both the possibilities are there. In that connection, people, especially if that person is holding some leadership role in an organization, then it's very dangerous, people, that to whom we should appoint the next. So even, people, we need to handle this available talent into very perfect manner, so that a frequent changes in the organizational structure could not be demanded. And even if it is there, then obviously our succession planning should be superb. Like example of TCS, Tata Consultancy is having very superb level succession planning, people. After this manager, who will hold the position of a CEO now, that is already pre-decided. They are not keeping this thing on any other persons to take the decisions. Say this. When someone, people, leaves the organization or moves to another position within the organization, particularly in position of leadership, a space opens in the organizational chart that often cannot be filled right away. Yes, sir. Instead, senior management will temporarily change the structure to the organization by moving the leaderless department under the control of someone else. So someone else will be there, people, who is going to handle this structure in a very perfect and a precise manner. Understood, my dear chartered? Yes, sir. People, we have to refer now rules and responsibilities, and this every department's job. That would be our pending question, my dear chartered. Obviously, I had finished up with this, all the terms and all. And these are the terms which you need to refer for yourself if you want to really refer. It's not a compulsory terms, not in your syllabus, people. That is the question number 55. Okay. Yes, it is only for the reference. Now, chartered, wait for a minute. I would like to share something with you. Yes, chartered. We are left with only two most important questions in our syllabus, people. One is obviously we have to refer the question number, I think so 50, which one it was? 1 minute, let me check. 54 people. Okay. And then organizational structure. These two questions, my dear chartered, we have to refer it. But before people, I will continue with the something. Let me share something of very important data and discussions with you. Tomorrow, as I promised you, my dear chartered, that we are going to discuss all the previous question papers. Okay. So, sir, what is our responsibility? Let me show you, my dear chartered, your responsibility is also on the screen. Yes, sir. Please show us. Chartered, 1 minute, please. You. Chartered, your favorite website is there in front of you. Yes, sir. We'll click on the student. Yes, sir. We'll click on the people BOS knowledge portal. Yes, sir. Intermediate course. Yes, one. Paper 7. Yes, sir. And question papers. We are having the 5 previous attempt question papers, people. Definitely, we are having 2.5 hour time, people, in which I have to cover the one question, 2 questions which are pending. Obviously, I'm going to cover it, people. And then, people, balance time we are going to purely use for this all 5 major papers, people. So I request all my dear chartered, two most important things. If it is possible for you, I'm not compulsory, I'm not doing compulsion to anyone, but if it is possible for you, please download these 5 papers. If possible, keep a printout ready with you so that you can put a marking people with you of all the question papers, and along with that all the questions, so that whenever I'm saying people or I'm sharing the data that this is from chapter number 3, you can refer this question number this. That will definitely people help you to fetch and remember 2 things. That yes, the question paper is quite easy. Second, always remember, my dear chartered, when you are doing the revision of this IT subject, once your syllabus is over, okay, till the time your syllabus is not over, refer the chapters in the sequence as it is, okay, as I taught. But once your syllabus is done, people, please, my dear chartered, I strongly recommended you to follow the funda of 24153. That is, first finish the chapter number 2, then 4, then 1, then 5, and then 3. You need to revise. Second most important, my dear chartered, the ratio you need to keep is a 5:1 now. Refer the 5 questions, people, and rewrite, people, at least one answer completely. Okay. Now I know, people, you need to refer the many subjects and many backlogs and everything is there. But I would request you, people, use your morning 6 to 10 time, or if you are not attending in the morning batch, people, if because of XYZ reason, okay, then morning 5 to people 10 time should be purely utilized to complete your backlog. So anyway, you would be able to attend the second and third lectures, or you can attend the evening batch sessions, or whatever may be the possibility, people. If in morning you are busy with watching the lectures, then in the evening time you can utilize this thing in any way. But all those people, those who are not going for articleship, point number 1. Number 2, even they do not have any pressure from their college, my dear chartered, regarding this study, then please make sure that you are finishing your backlog very clearly, chartered. Third most important thing, people, which I'm sharing with you, okay, is your ITSM paper. Your IT paper, my dear chartered, it's required to be completed within 1 hour 15 minutes under any condition. You cannot expect any more time for this, people. So first, obviously, you are going to attend your IT paper only. Second, you are going to ascend SM or SM 1 hour 30 minutes. It's needed, my dear chartered. So sir, it's purely 2 hours 45 minutes. Last my 15 minutes, people. Every chartered is requested to keep this for the paper review. That paper rechecking has to be done, my dear chartered. You cannot miss this. Third most important thing, people, which I am sharing with you, please make sure that you are noting all this point because it will help you people as a LMR last minute to revise. First one, chapter series, it's 24:153, 5:1 ratio. If it is people you are having a sufficient time, then always remember, refer the question 1 to 10 in one day. Understood? Yes, sir. Target of 1 to 10 question in one day. And if you're not, then you can go for people at least 6 or 7 question also. But when you are doing these things now, people, whatever the number of questions you decide, suppose if you decide 10, then keep the ratio of 5:1. If you had decided 6, then keep the ratio of 3:1. Understood? Yes, sir. At least one answer, people, must be returned once it is done. Without writing practice, my dear chartered, this subject is literally going to be a problem for you. It will bring the first of all negative concepts in your mind that yes, I am not knowing IT at all. That is one of the biggest disaster I had ever seen in the life of a student. And the second biggest problem, people, that you will not get the time for proper revision, because at that when you need to actually do the revision, you were doing what? Proper study of this subject. I would request you people to finish the study of this subject along with me only, or after my lecture is over, people, immediately you just start that, complete your backlog, and then people keep a time for the revision also. The example I just would like to share with you people, by taking your 2 to 3 minutes extra for this, I'm so sorry for it. But the girl who had secured 35 marks out of 35 in the theory paper, people, that girl used to post at least a minimum 10 to 12 doubts. Averagely, I'm talking about. Sometimes it was beyond to 20, 25 also. But she used to ask 10 to 15 questions on a helpline number regularly. And within the 24 hours, people, 48 hours, the helpline is resolving all your doubts also. That is also, very well. Okay. Yes, sir. Second most important thing, people, which I would like to bring it to your notice, people, that she used to do writing practice a lot. You started today, just refer the any person who has secured the rank, just go and check his mark sheet. He has not done well in the accounts, he has not done well in the costing, he has not done well in the taxation, he has not done well in the FM, people. Sir, why you are saying that they had not done well, sir? They are the rank holders. Because they had worked hard as equivalent to as you. If you could manage with people securing 70 to 75 marks, people, in this practical subjects now, then everyone is scoring good marks in practical subjects. But if today they are the rank holders, if they are bringing that rank, people, then from where this rank is coming? Sir, this rank is purely coming only from the one theory subject, people. Now, maximum student also is having one more confusion, that sir, group 1 is easy or group 2 is easy. Now tell me, my dear chartered, if you had not studied theory perfectly, then in group 1 only one subject is theory, that is your taxation law paper only. But in group 2, the audit is there, IT is there, SM is there, and eco is there. 4 subjects are there. And in that 4 subject, people, when you do not study, obviously you will feel that only one, that I will give only group 1 in this attempt and group 2 in next attempt. Don't even think for it, people. Why? As a chartered accountant, you cannot, people, postpone your success and degree for a 6 months. Today, when you have ample of time, people, to revise, people, the way I discussed with you early in my today's class, people, that there could be a great possibility of the lockdown once again in this state. Many states will get the lockdown done. Okay. So obviously, again, not to move here and there, you are at home only. Utilize this time in such a perfect manner, people, that it could fetch a lot of benefit for you to secure the good marks for your theory papers. In group 2, people, in group 2, my dear chartered, if you refer, 100 marks for audit, 100 marks for ITSM, and 40 marks, my dear chartered, for economics. 240. Understood? To clear the group 2, people, you require 200 marks. And 240 marks is coming from theory. So please, my dear chartered, first of all, do not ignore the theory at all. SM would be it is a purely a subject, people, where your personal opinion is also there. But in IT, there is no personal opinion. It's a very static, fixed chapter. Okay. Just like the chemistry. If 2 chemicals are mixed, this will be created. That is set. That's it. Nothing could be done over here. You cannot write it down any answer from your personal view. Agree? Second most important thing, people. Head point. should be exactly the same as given in the JKSC module. Internal matter, when you are writing, make sure that 50% language should be covering the words of JKSC module. 50% you can write it down in your own language also. That doesn't make any difference over here. Am I very clear to all of you on this, all aspects, people? So first and foremost request to all my dear charters that tomorrow when we are meeting, you are coming with the first and foremost thing. You are bringing all 5 papers in front of you. If not, at least keep it in downloaded form in your laptop or in your PC and mention it, people, the question answers perfectly so that we can refer it. Second most important aspect, people, writing practice is the most important essential element. You cannot keep any option for it, my dear chartered. And third most important thing, which I would like to tell all my dear chartered, is that please, people, do not even 1 minute, for a 1 minute also think that sir, subject is difficult. None of the subject is difficult, my dear chartered, unless and until you practice less and make it difficult. So I request with the folded hand to all my dear charters that please make sure that you are practicing regularly, studying perfectly. Agree? Yes, Yanu. Yes, sir. Yes, people. I just shared my email account with you right now over the screen. You can refer it. And in case if you are having any doubts, any queries, any confusion at any point of time, you can please put it without any hesitation. Okay. Yes, sir. So people, I'm taking the permission from you, saying bye-bye to all of you. Take care, good night. And tomorrow we are meeting with a lot of new energy. And I request all my dear charters to please meet me here only. Okay. Yes, sir. Sir, what does the 1 minute just